Made by Mum.
Hi guys, I'm Natalie and welcome back to Made by Mum. It's been quite a while since I last recorded, I do apologise, but it has been a very eventful couple of months, so I shall fill you all in. Now, let's get the admin out of the way first. So if you are looking for me anywhere online, you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry. I've started using Ravelry a bit more as Made by Mum 2019. And you can email me if you have any questions that you want to get to me pretty quickly for me to answer. You can email me at madebymum2019@gmail.com. And we'll put all of that in the description box down below. I don't think there's any other admin. Not as yet anyway, but the rest I will wait until the end because I've got some happy news. I will start off with one little bit of life information. I passed my driving test. I did that in February. A lot of the beginning of the year was spent concentrating on my driving, and I passed first time, which made me very happy. So got that out of the way. Let's get on to the yarny bits. I have got some finished objects. I've got a few finished objects, but I've only brought a few to show because I am going from like 5 months worth of stuff, I'm afraid, guys. I've got yarn to show. I have got some half objects. I have got some nearly finished objects. I have got some tales of woe, unfortunately. One sat behind me, which I will show in a moment. And some whips. Let's get on with it. Let's start with some... I'll start with my almost finished object, because I got it on, and it's an almost finished object because I decided I was going to do pockets. I decided I was going to do pockets ages ago, and I still haven't done the pockets. This is the Harvest cardigan by Tin Can Knits. I tried my hand at fading, which you can't really, with the colours I've used, you can't really tell, or you can on this one, tell my fade. I wasn't matching, I wasn't bothered. I faded onto the green in the bottom, and this is Kinkle Drifter. The top colour is, now is it Himalayas or Alps? I know it's a mountain range. Oh no, it's Rockies. I knew it was a mountain range, guys. And then the bottom one is Geneva. Now, my gauge worked out pretty well on this cardigan. Let's see if I can show you on the arms. But the Rockies is an Aran weight, and the Geneva is a chunky weight. I needed them off my shelves, guys. So they've worked really well together. The tension on them hasn't changed, and I didn't change my tension either. I did make some boo-boos, but I always do when I'm doing garter in the round, because I always forget. I don't think did I make any on this bit? I think I might have done somewhere, but I ain't looking closely enough to see. I love this pattern. It's the second one I've made, and with me learning a little bit more on doing Ravelry, I figured out how to put my patterns up on Ravelry, the ones that I'm making and my projects, and I figured it out. I'm not the brightest spark at doing anything online, but I did it. So this is actually on my Ravelry. All my information's in there, needle size I used and all the rest of it. I think I put a link to the pattern in it. I know I did put in the pattern that I used, but it's Tin Can Knits. I think everybody's made this pattern. My other almost finished object is this. It is also a tale of woe, and I am so upset with myself for not checking. I thought I had enough yarn, and I didn't. It is a crocheted cardigan. Absolutely beautiful cardigan. It's not the first. It's the first one I've made in an adult size, but it's not the first one I've made. It is the Co-ed Comfy Cardigan. And who did it? I can't remember who did it. It was a free pattern, but it's got ads on it, and I think the child sizes are free. The adult one you've got to purchase. I did put it up on my Ravelry, but I ran out of yarn and I used trim. I got it from B&M. It's a good value yarn. It's an acrylic yarn. And like an absolute klutz, I haven't brought my label over. Hang on. Do I have it in my little bag? No, that's my Felici. Nope. But, yeah, I ran out of yarn. I used 2 300-gram balls. I thought 600 grams for the size I was doing was enough, but it turns out it wasn't. And the tale of woe is I can't get the yarn. So if anybody knows where I can get a ball of the black, grey and white trim yarn, it's a Aran weight acrylic. Hobie sell it, but they don't have this colour. I will have to, or they didn't at the point of me making this video. I will have to have another look. If anybody can point me in the right direction, I would be highly thankful. Because I really want to finish this cardigan. I've made them for my nephews. I wanted one. And lo and behold, I didn't have enough. So that's my tale of woe. But of course you do the sleeves last. And what I'm thinking is if I can't get any more of this yarn, hence the tail still left out on the sleeve. No, I wove the tail in on this one. I was going to pull and make it a shorter sleeved, but longer than this. Maybe, I don't know, let's see. Maybe to elbow length, take this lot out from sort of the white down and add it onto here and leave the cuffs. Maybe not do a rib on the cuff. I'm not sure, but there's my tale of woe. And it has been sat like that since the back end of January. So I have been looking for the yarn. I just haven't found any. What fell behind? Oh, a finished object fell behind me. Oh, there we go. So let's move on to some finished objects. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention. This one's crocheted. I've been doing knitting and crocheting. So another crochet project. In March, my sister-in-law gave birth to 2 gorgeous twin girls. So I made some cardigans, which they've already received, and I started making blankets. Now, again, not paying attention, I used 50 grams of each colour on this ball. No, not 50 grams, half the ball was a 400-gram ball. So I used 200 grams of each colour on this blanket. It's just a little bit, well, a little baby blanket. It's just like a baby cot blanket. And I used half of the yarn on it, started the second one, ran out of the yellow. Got the pink, ran out of the yellow. Where did Nat get the yarn from? Leeds, which is 75 miles away. It's a pretty quick trip, but I've never driven on a motorway, so I'm a little anxious. And no, I'm a lot anxious. And my dad hasn't gone over for a few months, so hopefully Dad's going to go over soon and I'll just jump in Dad's car and Dad can take me over and I'll go buy the rest of the yellow yarn to finish the second blanket, which is nearly finished. I think I've only got 3 yellow repeats and 2 pink repeats left to do. And there's 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of each colour. So not lots left. I'm hoping I did put all my information down on my Ravelry for this one because I can't remember what hook size I used or anything. I just sat and made a chevron blanket. I do know to help me remember the pattern, I used the Jayda in Stitches, which any pattern I mention I will put in the description box below. So there's that finished object. I'm awfully warm with this on, guys. Hang on. Let me take it off. It's getting warmer here in the UK. Yay! Making me happy. I love the warm weather. Even more so now that I can get out and about with the children. Well, the younger child, Jacob. Right. Other finished objects. Let's do this one. I decided I was knitting a shawl. I knitted a shawl. Oh, there we go. Let me think. Who was it? It was We Share Needles did a knit along, a shawl along, and I took part. Haven't blocked it. Haven't really been bothered about blocking anything at the moment. I will get round to blocking it because it will open out this gorgeous lace work on the edge. This is the Girl from the Grocery Store shawl, which it's turned out so big and gorgeous, and once it's blocked it will be even bigger. The yarn, oh my goodness, I love this yarn. The yarn dyers are Attic Spin Dye, and their yarn is so soft and squishy, but these two colours, they just had to go together. We have got this white one with the speckle is Tin Can Alley, and then I've paired it with Warty Pumpkin. Now I had two skeins of the Tin Can Alley and one of Warty Pumpkin, and I'm not kidding you guys, this took one white and not even half of, maybe just under half of the Warty Pumpkin. I have since made 2 pairs of socks with the same yarn, and I've still got some Tin Can Alley left. Quite a lot of the Tin Can Alley left, and I want to make something else out of it. I just don't know what. I'm thinking I might get some more Tin Can Alley and make a jumper. I've got a few jumpers that I would like to make. I'm thinking it'd look gorgeous as the ranunculus. So that's this shawl. I absolutely love it. It's huge. It's at least 6 foot wide. At a guess, I haven't got that big of a wingspan, I'm afraid, guys. But even in half, that's about 3 foot. Yeah, it's about a 6 foot wide shawl, guys. I love it. I've worn it a few times. I just haven't blocked it. And that is the... Who does this pattern? Is it Joji Locatelli? Who does the Girl from the Grocery Store shawl? Again, I did put all my information down on my Ravelry, because I can't remember what needle size I used. I'm doing really good today, aren't I, guys? I'm out of practice. Or at least that's what I'm putting it down to. And then, my last but not least finished object I have got around me, yep, is this gorgeous, gorgeous jumper. Do excuse all the wrinkles. It has just been sat in the wardrobe because it's got too warm to wear it. Now, this is the calliope sweater. Is it a paid for pattern? I'll put in brackets whether it's a paid for pattern or not when I link it in the description box below, because I really can't remember. I did this in December. No, January. Yeah, I made it in January, and I got this jumper done in just over a week, guys. I loved making it that much. I just did not want to put it down. And I love the sleeves. They are so squishy, but they're a 1x1 rib. No, they're not. They're a 2x1 rib. All the way to your elbow. And it's so snug and nice to your arm. Now, enough of the pattern. Let's talk about the yarn. The yarn I used for this jumper is, believe it or not, an acrylic blend. It is this gorgeous new yarn from King Cole. It's King Cole Harmony. Am I saying that right? No, Harvest. I need to learn how to read. And this colourway is Frost. Absolutely love it. It is 90% acrylic and 10% alpaca. It is a 150 gram ball, and it is approximately 585 yards, and I had 2 balls of this, and I used the whole of the first one, and then I was on the sleeves when I went on to the second ball. I just started doing the sleeves and I wanted to match as best I could. It didn't quite work, but I wear it all the same and I love it. But I got so far through this, so I had to wind off and get back to this colour on this ball. I attempted to match, but then on this one, yeah, it actually runs how it's supposed to, which was this pale colour and then on into this one. But I didn't quite get it right on that sleeve. But I love the sweater all the same. And it's wonderfully warm, but it's really light. It's not a heavy sweater at all. So it's one you can wear under a light jacket in the cooler months. Or autumn is the best time I like to wear mine. So there's that one. So my finished object pile and whip pile is there. Let's pop that there. Okay, the next we have, I've been trying to get through all my acrylic yarn. I had lots and lots of this So Crafty Aldi yarn. I had 2 balls in this colour, which is Desert Sand. And then I had some left over of this colour, which I do actually, yes I do. Here we go. Which is the colourway. It says cream, but it doesn't look, it's more of a pale tan to me. And then I had 2 cakes of this green one called Meadow. So it's big, guys. It's really big. I used up what was left from the Jamie shawl on the first bit. Then I used a whole cake of the green. Then I used a whole 400-gram ball of the Desert Sand. Then on my second ball of cream, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows in the cream, and then I've gone back onto the Desert Sand. I wanted the cream just to break it up a little bit, and it does, and it's going to match it. So then I'm going to do the Desert Sand, then the green, and then back onto the cream for 10 rows at the end, same as the 10 rows at the beginning. And this blanket, even half of it, it's going to be a good size blanket, guys. Absolutely humongous. And it's going to get rid of 1, 2, 3, 3 balls of 400-gram yarn. So that's what, 1,200, and then each cake is 150 grams, which is another 3. That's 1,500 grams of yarn out of my stash, and it is all stash. So I am really starting to stash bust, which is brilliant. I love it when I get to stash bust, guys. Oh, that's them. So there's that. That was a whip. It is just a granny stripe blanket. I'm using a 6mm hook and just going. Cup of tea. It's going to be a long one, guys. So let me just mind these out of my way. I have got a bag down here. There we go. I'm not just throwing them on the floor. Right. So then, on with the knitting projects. I've got a few. So in this beauty of a bag is my stock whips, and there are 2. I have a just over a hoe. So I have been playing with some Felici. I got some, and let me tell you, after you've been making socks with hanks of 100-gram yarn, you kind of forget yourself when you're using Felici because they're only a 50-gram ball, or at least I do. And these are actually for my brother, who's got an awfully big foot, and these are really loose on here. There's like tons of room. So there's my first one, and I got that far down on my second one. How far off am I? I am very close to the heel, but I ran out of yarn. And of course, when I went to go order more Felici, it's not there all the time. So I need to wait and then get some more Felici. I think this is the colourway Zen. And I pulled them out because he popped around last night. So I pulled them out to show him, this is the progress I've made. Sorry, they're not done yet. And I realised the stitch marker that I am using is a little baby dummy. And what makes it so funny is it's my baby brother I am making these for. So, yeah. So there's that one, which is for my brother, which will now be a Christmas present. They were supposed to have been for sooner. The second one, I am doing afterthought heels. So this is, again, another Felici. And what's the colourway of these? That's the Zen, that's not it. Oh, I'm really good today, aren't I, guys? I can't even find the Felici label. Oh, by golly goodness. No, well, I'm using this colourway. I can't remember which one it is. And the heel toe and cuff are just some black that I've got. I got some black and a white cone of fingering weight yarn. So that is what I am using. Luckily, these are for a smaller footed person, so these will fit quite nice. That's the first ball. I learnt my lesson, kind of. And this is a second one. I am just working my way down to the toe. I have got... Oh, I am nearly there, actually. I actually managed to match the stripes too. I am so proud of myself. So, yeah, on the green, and then I've just got the yellow to do, and then the toe. And I will actually have some left over. And no, I didn't wind off first. I did one and then didn't have enough, so I had to pull back and start all over again. I will learn eventually, maybe. So there's my socks. This one is just a vanilla bog standard sock with a afterthought heel, a 2x2 rib on the top, and then stockinette. And then this one I decided to have a play, and I did a 2x2 cuff, then a 3x1 rib around the whole of the leg, and then on the top half of the foot, and then the bottom half is just stockinette. Whose toe did I do? No, I didn't do Mina's rounded toe on this one, but that's now the toe that I do. I think this one I just used Simply in Stitches, one of her patterns I did, her toe decreases that she showed, and it is a Fish Lips Kiss heel, my all-time favourite heel, and can now do it without actually looking at the pattern, which made me very proud of myself. I can memorise a complicated stitch pattern, crochet or knit. Can I remember the heel of a sock? It took me ages, guys. It really did. Right, the next pattern. Well, the next project, because I've got a few, guys. Oh, I never told you. It's living in my little bag that I got from the Deep when we took my eldest for their birthday. And I wanted something to take as a souvenir, so I got myself a little shark bag, and it is my sock bag. Or at least that's what I use it as. The next project I'm going to show you is this one, which is, again, it's a very nearly finished object. I just ran out of yarn and had to wait for some more to come through. This is my big Amelia Joy bag. I love Amelia Joy bags. Again, I will put a link in the description. I think this is her large wedge. I can't remember. But the yarn that I was waiting for was some more drifter. I had 3, 4... I had a few balls of it. I think I had 2 or 3 balls of it, and it wasn't quite enough. Thought it would have been because it was only for a child's jumper. So this is the colourway Blue Ridge. It is a 79% premium acrylic, 17% cotton, 4% wool, approximately 218 yards per 100 grams. I love this yarn, guys, can you tell? So this is what I've been making. actually remembered to put my needle toppers on. So I finally got round to making a flax sweater, and I did the garter ridge down the sleeve. I made it too big on purpose because my sister kindly told me, I'm not putting a jumper on him at the moment, it's too warm. And then we get really bad weather and I didn't finish the jumper because she said she wasn't going to put it on him. So I made it too big so that it will actually fit him in the colder months. Bless him, he turned 4 last month. I do have holes to sew up, but that's the sleeve I'm working on, and that's where I join my yarn, and it always comes loose. So there's that. Absolutely love it. I think I managed to do, oh no, did I? No, I didn't match colours at all. I just kind of went with it, but it's that much of a busy yarn anyway. It doesn't matter that the sleeves aren't perfect matches. They're not far off. Not far off at all. So, it'll do. It'll do for me, Chuck. So, I can now finish that off. Now I've got that yarn through. So, that should be a finished object the next time I record. Which won't be 5 months away, guys. I promise you that. The next project... What's that one? Oh, this is a crochet project. So in my Amelia Joy bag, can you tell which bags I like? In my Mario Amelia Joy bag, I have got a crochet pattern. I am using my Fails hook. Don't use it very often. I struggle with the tip. I'm used to a rounded tip, and it's more of a hook on the bottom. I'm used to clovers. I'm getting there. I do enjoy using the hook. And I am making a crochet shawl. And this is, oh, it's Hannah from the Cozy Cottage Crochet. This is her frost shawl. And I absolutely love it. I saw this colourway and I thought, that's Scarborough in the bad weather. When we're supposed to have the snow and the frost, we get the frost and then we just get mud. But I love this colourway. It reminds me of a beach, but it also reminds me of home. So that's how that is looking at the moment. It is a paid for pattern. I do love Hannah's patterns. I have made a few and got a few more to make. I am using some yarn, a yarn cake for this, which I'm using up my ice yarns. I haven't used it all. I haven't made an order in a very long time from them. It's just 100% premium acrylic. It's 100 grams, 360 meters approximately, and it is a fine 2. The pattern calls for DK. I thought this was DK, but it shows me, doesn't it? I've got another 2 cakes of this. I'm hoping I'm going to have 1 cake left because I have planned for one of them, which I shall show you shortly. So I'll pop this back in here so I don't lose any of it. This is what I've worked on the last couple of days. Oh, I do have another... Oh, it's at the side of me. It's okay. I've got projects everywhere, guys. So there is that. Oh, where's my hook? Did I just put my hook back in there? Yes, I did. Good. I don't want to lose that. Scratchy throat, guys. I'm talking too much. Right, and in the next bag, even though this matches my Amelia Joy, this isn't an Amelia Joy bag. Who did I get this one off? Oh, hang on, I can tell you. I keep wanting to say Sheep on Mars, but I don't think it is Sheep on Mars. It is Dyed in the Wool. That's who I got them from. I also got a hank of yarn, but I can't remember which yarn I got. It was a mystery bag and yarn set, and this was the bag, which matches my Amelia Joy, and I love it. I love how they match the orange with it. This is one of my most favourite times of year. It's autumn, so this bag just kind of screamed at me, buy me. So I did. So in here is a knitting project. I am using 5mm needles, and it is, if I don't drop it, a bit curly because I'm probably not using the right needles or anything. Definitely not using the right yarn, but I may end up pulling it and trying something different. I am trying to do a dotted race shawl. Trying being the optimal word. This is the 3rd time I've cast this on in the 3rd different yarn, and it just doesn't seem to be working how I want it to, but there it is so far. I may just pull it and start on a different hank. I do love the pattern. It's a brilliant pattern and you don't really have to think about it, but I do have to mark my rows on where my eyelets need to be. And I'm good when I'm doing it. It's amazing, and this yarn is proper soft, really soft. It's really soft and nice. Why is it soft and nice? Oh, it's tube cotton worsted. There we go. 67% cotton, 33% polyamide, and it is in grey. And it is super soft. Like I say, I am stash busting, guys. I really am. So these are a 50 gram. Yeah, they're a 50 gram ball, and I have got another 7 sat in here. And I haven't quite finished the first one, but you do get quite a lot for a 50 gram ball of worsted weight yarn. So need to figure out where I've got to on that pattern and then carry on. I'm good when I start it and I'm cracking on, and then I put it down and pick something else up, and then I struggle to pick it back up again because I know I've got to count, I've got to pay attention to my rows, which normally I'm all right at. I don't know why I struggle with the Stephen, because it's Stephen West. I don't know why I struggle with the Stephen West pattern, and I've just dropped my ball of yarn. Not too far, so it's not too bad, but it can stay where it is at the moment. Okay, down to this side for some other for some other projects. Can we get it? Yes. So in this bag, which, oh guys, love this bag to absolute bits. One of my good friends' mums made this, crafted by Sue, and no, I can't remember the name of their shop, which is really bad of me, and I apologise to my friend and her mum. But I will put a link in the description box below, and hopefully you guys might be able to get a bag. She doesn't just do, because this is like a big bag, and it is a big bag. It's got 2 patterns in here and a bottle of water. It's because I went round to a friend's house to work on it, work on what was in here. So I used to use, well, I did use this as a handbag for a very long time, and then I actually bought it as a project bag. Now I've got projects in it. So in here so far, we have got, oh, it's another shawl. Yes. This I picked up at car boot. It's car boot season, guys. You know I'm going to be going. Now I can just drive there myself with my dad, so we can have 2 cars full. So I picked this up at the car boot. It is just an acrylic yarn, 200 gram cake. I love the colours in it. And me and my friend decided we were going to do a pattern that we haven't done in a long time, and it is one of our absolute favourite shawl patterns. We are doing a virus shawl. So these are my colours so far. Now, me and my friend tend to gravitate to colours that we like. Obviously, most people do. But I thought I've been gravitating more towards blues at the moment with projects. I keep looking at all my blue yarn, which I don't tend to use very often, but my friend uses blues and purples all the time. And she's gone with a more earth tone, browns, creams, which is more me. That's the sort of stuff I like. But we switched this time around. She's also using the same kind of cake, just in browns. I think, because we couldn't quite remember how to start it, I think we followed Fibre Spider just to get started. And then we did like the first 2 rows. It's like, oh yeah, and off we went. What size hook? I bet I'm using a 4.5 with this, aren't I think I am, because that's where my clover one is. I was looking for that the other day and couldn't figure out where it was. I found it. So, working on a virus. But there's also another pattern in here. I bet you can't guess what yarn I'm using with it, guys. Oh, look! King Cole Drifter. This is Boston. The same is it? I don't know whether the makeup's the same. It's 69% premium acrylic, 25% cotton, 6% wool. It's 300 meters per 100 grams, and it's in DK. And oh my gosh, is it super soft? Now, I love this colorway. How gorgeous is this looking? It is going to be, when it's finished, a batwing sweater, which is a free pattern I found on Pinterest, so I will link that below. And I am absolutely loving this. It's such a simple make, just can be quite tedious with the amount of stitches. So we'd decided to make this pattern because this weekend is the Yorkshire Yarn Fest, which I should have gone to before lockdown started, before COVID, and it got cancelled. Now, we were supposed to have gone for my birthday. There was me and a couple of other friends, and we didn't get there. It all got cancelled, and then we got put in lockdown. So I'm finally going. It is this weekend, so you will get another video by the weekend of my adventures. It is the first city, I'm guessing you could call it. It's in York, so it's a trip down the A64, which I have done. I asked my dad if we could go for a drive, and we drove nearly all the way to York. We went to somewhere called Monk's Cross, which is where we have Primark and other places we can go shopping. So drove down there. I drove down there fantastic. I was very happy with myself, but I had a bit of a horrible driver behind me, and he was pretty much riding my bumper the whole way, and I didn't let it panic me. I did have Jacob in the car with me at the same time, which helped keep my nerves under control. And I got all the way there, parked in the car park, we went shopping, and then before we went off to the next place, which we went over to the range, Dad asked if I felt confident enough to drive to the range, which I didn't, because I didn't quite know the way there, whereas Dad did. I do have a sat nav, but when I am somewhere I don't know, I get very nervous and I make mistakes, and I didn't want to make a mistake and crash, because then I would never get back in my car again. So Dad drove. And then when it came to coming back home, again, I was a little bit anxious on getting back onto the roads, coming back out of the range and onto the roads that I know, but I didn't want another lorry riding my bumper the whole way home. I wasn't driving too slow. I was driving the speed limit. I did everything as I was supposed to, but it dabbled at my nerves a little bit. So Dad drove home for me, and then potted around. I've driven back and forth to Filey, which is 10 minutes away. I went back and forth to the car boots and did a fair amount of driving around where I live. Then last weekend I drove to Whitby, which was a really big step for me. I've never driven a long distance with my husband in the car, and I do get quite nervous when I'm driving with him. Don't know why, I just get nervous driving with my husband in the car. But drove all the way to Whitby, was very proud of myself, parked, didn't get lost. We got off the main road, and as we were driving into Whitby town itself, I told my husband I was feeling quite nervous, and if I get a little bit snapping, it's because I'm nervous. I don't actually mean I'm snapping at him and being mean, but I didn't, and I did good, and yeah. So then this weekend I'm driving to the Yorkshire Yarn Fest, and I can't wait. What have we got left to show, guys? I have got absolutely loads of purchases to show, but they are 5 months worth of purchases, so that's not too bad. Oh, my nose, it feels so dry and stuffy. Let me just have a little drink. Oh, right, before we get on to all the yarny goodness, I've got one more project to show. Yes, it is a cushion cover. I love using old cushion covers as project bags because it saves I'm going to waste. So this is a future project in here. So I have got 4 balls of Kinko. Kinko Riot. It is the colourway Funky. And this is 30% wool, 70% premium acrylic. It's a DK yarn, and there are approximately 324 yards. Now, I'm doing it in an acrylic blend yarn first, and then I'll go on to hand dyed. But I am going to make myself a love note. Now, the colours in this yarn are gorgeous, and they just screamed love note at me. I've wound one ball up, look. It was a shawl, and the colours looked lovely, but I didn't want to carry on with the shawl anymore. It had been sat getting no love for ages, so I frogged it and decided it was going to be a jumper. So I do have the pattern. I didn't have the right needle, so I had to purchase the needle. So I've got the needle. I'm going to make a love note, and I'm going to make more than one because I absolutely love that pattern. I haven't made it yet, but it's one of those patterns you see and it's like, oh, I have to make it. It is mine. So that's what I've done. I've got the yarn for that. Right. I need to move some yarn. No, I don't. I need to move some projects so I can show you some yarn, because Boise's had a sale. You guys over in America, you've got your Joann's and you've got your Hobby Lobby, which I am so envious of. I would love to be able to go to, but I've got Boise's and I love Boise's. So if I move my stack of projects just behind me here for now. Right. Let's start with the yarn, shall we, guys? So I did have one more cake of yarn that I got all 3 at the same time, and that's the colours in this one. I love this dark teal colour. I do have 4 balls of this, or 4 balls of this colour in like an Aran weight yarn, and it's gonna be a flax for me. So there's that one. That again I got from the car boot, not from Boise's, so that can sit there. Now from Boise's in their sale, I have got 2. Oh, do I have my receipt in here? Wouldn't that be handy if I did? Then I can tell you the price I paid for it all. And would you look at that? My receipt. Okay, so I don't need that bit. Okay, so this is Stylecraft Amore. It is a 60% premium acrylic, 40% superwash wool. There is approximately 262 yards, and it is an Aran weight yarn, and this is the colourway Pebble. And this cost me, it was reduced down to £2 a ball, so I got 2. How different do they look? They are both the same ball of yarn. Are they both the same dye lot? Ah, 2 different dye lots. Ooh, so that's going to be really pretty putting them 2 together. So there's them. And they were £2 each. Bargain. Then I got 2 balls of Sirdar Dual Spun. Now, when I first saw these, oh, I fell in love. I desperately wanted some, but they were price marked at nearly £10 a ball. So I was waiting. They are 100% acrylic. This is the colourway Golden Green. It's a 200 gram ball, and there are approximately 546 yards. I got 2. Are they both the same dye lot again? Or did I do that wrong again? Can we find... Oh, there's a dye lot on there. And there. Yes, these are the same dye lot. So these are going to be a jumper that's over 1,000 meters of yarn. And these were knocked down to £5 each, so they were 50% off. So I got 2 and basically paid for 2 for the price of 1. So I got that, which is going to be a jumper, possibly for Jacob. Then I got, oh, it does have a label, guys, I promise, but it broke. This is Wendy with Wool Aran. It's a 400 gram ball of yarn, which is absolutely massive. It is 875 yards, 80% acrylic, 20% wool. Now I know I can still get some of this, and this colour is gorgeous. Is it called graphite? What's the colour of this one? Shade 5521. No name. It reminds me of graphite or slate. Gorgeous. But if I get another 2 balls of this, then I can make my husband a jumper. He's actually been asking me to make things for him, which has made me so happy. I didn't think he'd ever ask me to make him anything. And this was £5 instead of 12, which made me super happy. I love it when I get a good bargain. Who doesn't, eh, guys? So there's that. Then I got, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, Pooch. My dog is laid in his bed at the side of my chair, and my yarn's just knocked off and bopped him on the head. Hi, sorry, Baba. Are you okay? He's still alive and kicking, guys. He turned 16 2 weeks ago. My dog is rather old, bless him. So I've got 4 balls of Stylecraft Highland Heathers, and this was, oh, this was, can't find it on my, oh, it's there. It was a £1 ball instead of nearly 2, no, nearly £3. So that's this one. And let's see, it's the colourway Shawl. It is 100% premium acrylic, 297 yards DK weight. Absolutely love it. It's gonna be a jumper. I'm hoping, I don't think there'll be enough for a jumper for me. It might even just be a shawl then. Possibly. And then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 balls of James Seabrett Twinkle Fashion DK, which has got this gorgeous sparkle going through it. It is the shade TK37. There are 300 meters, 328 yards. It's oh yeah, 96% acrylic and 4% polyester. And this was, again, a £1 a ball. Can't go wrong. £1 for some acrylic. I was supposed to be downsizing all my acrylic yarn, and I've built it back up. But this, I've actually got an idea for this for a pattern, and I just need to hopefully make it work, which coincides with another purchase I've got here, which I will show you in a moment. But I also got, ta-da! Let's turn it the right way around. Head Over Heels by the Stylecraft All Stars fingering weight sock yarn. This is the colourway Pool. It is a 75-25, sorry Baba, 75-25 superwash merino nylon, approximately 400 metres or 437 yards. And that's how the colours work up, guys. I've got the pattern for the Bright Axis tee. The We Share Needles ladies did it, I think it was last year, and I desperately wanted it. I desperately needed to do it. So I found the pattern, and I was looking for some yarn, because obviously you want fingering weight striped yarn for the top, or self-striping yarn for the top, and I found these, and they were only £2 a piece instead of the £6 they normally are. So I snapped them up, and I got 2 balls of that. So there's that yarn, or that part of the yarn anyway. Let's pop these back in here. Oh, and I'm not kidding you guys, it was a big bag of yarn. So there's that. We pop that cake in there. Right, so to go with the Twinkle DK, I purchased the Ultimate Sweater Book, so I could learn the different constructions of different cardigans and sweaters. I really enjoy doing a top-down sweater in the round. I hate seaming sweaters. It takes forever to do. Same with cardigans. I like to do them on one needle, top down. But I'd like to learn the construction of a bottom up sweater all on one circular instead of having to piece it together, because I've got a couple of ideas I would like to make into a cardigan, a nice lace like cardigan. So I've got the book to help me with construction, and I know what I want, and I have a picture in my head of how I want it to look. I just needed some guidance on how to get there. So I got this. I got it from Amazon, and it came through quite a while ago because I got it for my birthday off my mother-in-law. I just can't remember, so I will find it. Now, obviously, I'm in the UK, so my Amazon links might not work for those in the US. I do apologise. But that's what the book is. Amy Herzog's. Sorry if I butchered that. Ultimate Sweater Book. I am looking for one like this for shawls. So if anybody can point me in the right direction, leave a comment in the comment down below, please. So there's that. Now, I have got yarn coming out of my ears at the moment, guys. I think I have got it all in my bag here. I'm hoping. So I did make a Lovecraft order, and I had to get, well, I had to make a Lovecraft order because I needed the ball of drifter for my nephew's jumper, and you can't just get one thing, guys. So I got some more needles. I love my Knit Pro Zings. I needed a 3.25 40 centimetre, and I needed a 4.5 40 centimetre. I couldn't find mine. I found mine this morning. They came through 2 days ago. But I also added, oh, excuse me, a sheep's ears. I think that's how you say it. I added a little whirlet in the colourway Yummy. Can you believe that's 100 grams, guys? It is tiny. It's 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. And I've got an idea for this. But I've just got to wait for the person to finish the pattern and then release the pattern. If anybody has watched Hannah from the Cozy Cottage Crochet, she started making a lacy. No, it's not her pattern. She made like a mesh cardigan. What did she use? She used a Michael's yarn. Was it wool-like? It was a fingering weight Michael's yarn. Now obviously I can't order from Michael's, so I thought I'd go with this. And with it being a cotton acrylic, mainly cotton, it's going to be really lightweight for the summer. I think I'm just going to have to go trawling through Hannah's Ravelry to have a look. She's quite good at putting all her patterns that she's making and all her projects on her Ravelry. So yeah, I'm going to have a look because I know what I want this to be. I know I'm going to need more, but I know what I want this to be. So there's that one. I can't remember how much that was, I'm afraid, guys. It just came on from Lovecrafts. You had to spend £25 for free delivery, so that's what I did. Then I joined the Attic Spin Dye. She's got 2 different Yarn of the Month clubs, and one is birds, which I had to do, guys. I had to. And then one is an Alice in Wonderland. Sorry, I'm crinkling. Now, I remember these are Januaries, So this is the bird and this is the Alice in Wonderland. The bird is gold crest. Look how gorgeous those colours have got. Oh, they are beautiful. I love this bright yellow, especially with this really dark green. And you get a nice pretty little stitch marker with it. It's so pretty. So, oh, my yarn's just undone. No. Fasten this back up. I haven't used any of this yarn yet because I wanted to show you guys. So there's Gold Crest. Absolutely beautiful. Love the colours. And then, oh no, this is chapter 2. Sorry, this is February's because this is chapter 2. I think I've put chapter 1 away in my big basket. So this is chapter 2, White Rabbit. And these are going from the book, not the movie, which I found absolutely amazing because it's not the Disney book. It is the children's classic book, which is great. And then, when's this one? Oh man, oh, this is the March. So that's the Alice in Wonderland. This is the March bird. Oh, yes. Oh. And the colourway of this one is Magpie. Look at those colours. They did amazing with the colourway of this yarn. And the first thing I thought when I saw this yarn was my mum would have loved this. Her favourite bird was Magpie. And the dual tone of the bluey colour, it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. I love it. I don't know what I'm going to make out of it. I'm just going to sit and squish it at the moment. Oh, I am a klutz. All the Attic Spin Dye yarn is a 75-25 merino nylon blend, and each hank is 100 grams, approximately 425 meters. An awful lot of yarn. So there's the January bird. Sorry for the crinkling, guys. I like to keep them all wrapped up as best I can anyway. This is the Alice in Wonderland. This is chapter 3. Now I love how she does these. This is the picture from the chapter 3. This is the I'm guessing this is the picture she goes from, with a little bit of an excerpt from the book. And then you have your stitch marker attached. This one is of a key, which is so pretty. Oh yes. And this time round we got minis. How gorgeous do they look, guys? They are beautiful. And oh, we do. So we've got names. So we've got Thimble Gold, which I'm guessing is this one. Then we've got Dodo, which is the blue and purple. Then we've got Eagle, which is the brown one. Then we've got Mouse, which is brown and pink and purple. And then Lorry, which is the multicoloured one. Oh, look at this side of the multicoloured one with the greens and the purples. That's gorgeous. Don't know what I'm going to make, but they're so pretty. And of course, little lavender cushion, which I love how they've all been done with Alice in Wonderland themed fabric. They are amazing and they smell gorgeous. I bet you can't tell who one of my favourite dyers is. So, again, sorry for the rattling. I don't have enough room. So then this one must be... Yep, this is April. Oh, I found all my other little extras. Obviously, you do get extras. So some of the extras I have got is like... Got a lemon, ginger and manuka honey tea. I do apologise for that bloop. And look at that mini. How gorgeous is that? I love it. but I always love their yarns. Their yarns are so gorgeous, and the quality of the yarn is spot on. So there's that. So I can pop them back in the little baggie. Whoop. If I don't drop everything. I swear on my butterfingers today, guys. I'm going to pop that in there too, so I don't lose it. And then, what's in this one? Ooh! I think this was from the last one. Oh, it's so pretty. How beautiful is that? Absolutely gorgeous. Reminds me of bubblegum for some reason. Bubblegum and chocolate. So there is them. Right, so let's do the bird one first. This is Wren. And how spot on. I've got a cute little stitch marker. What is it? Oh, it's a bird. A bird in flight. Can we get it so that you can see? There we go. So this is Wren, and got the colours spot on. Now, Attic Spin Dye are based in the UK. They're actually not too far from me. Well, a couple of hours away from me. So I'm hoping... I'm going to do a little bit of research and see if they have a brick and mortar store. And if they do, I'm taking a trip. And then the Alice in Wonderland. Oh, yes. Yes. Is chapter 4. The rabbit sends in a little bill. And here is the stitch marker with... Oop. We have a little lizard and... Which way around? Oh, that way. A little sign that says, drink me. So there's the stitch markers. There's the yarn, guys. Oh my gosh. How beautiful are they? Now, Bill the Lizard is obviously the green one, and Drink Me Bottle is the blue one. And I can't decide which one I like better. I'm not so much into bright, vibrant colours, but I love this green. It'd be an amazing pop on any garment or shawl. And I'm thinking if... How far down? Oh, it didn't go that far down. If I match them with a black, that'd really make the colour pop. And do a colourwork sweater and have the blue and the green in the colourwork, and then the sweater black. Oh, ideas, guys. They're just rolling around up here. And then there's the cushion this time round. So pretty. And, oops, noisy. There we go. I am waiting on Maze to come through, which hopefully should be through this week. Right, then I actually found a brick and mortar hand-dyed yarn shop. It was in Leeds. I went, I think I went in January with my dad. But it was before I started the blankets, so I didn't know that I needed more pink or yellow yarn. So I went with my dad to go see my brother. My dad went to the record fair. I went to the yarn shop. I dragged my brother-in-law with me because I don't know my way around Leeds. So I dragged him with me. And I think that's the last time I'm ever going to do that because he is the biggest enabler ever. So I'll either avoid bringing him or just take my money with me next time. Because I bought 4 hanks of yarn. Now, they are Bellweather yarns. They are online. And they have a brick and mortar in Leeds. in the, is it the Arundel Centre? No, that's not right. Arundel? No, in the corner. It's in the Corn Exchange. By golly. It's in the Corn Exchange in Leeds. Now, this one, excuse me, is a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 100 grams, and it is 425 meters, which is huge. And it is crushed berries. How gorgeous does this look? I fell in love. I just like walked in and went, oh my gosh, picked up loads of yarn. And then to go with this, I noticed this one. And this one, same makeup, 75-25, and this is called On the Moors. Now, when I drove to Whitby last weekend, you drive over the moors, and it was looking more like this at the moment, but it is gorgeous when it looks like this. I will have to take Jacob with me to take some video footage the next time we drive down that way, just to show you guys. In fact, if you want to see how pretty it is, there's an old TV programme called Heartbeat, and it's based between Whitby and Scarborough, and it is on the Whitby Road, and you get to see Scarborough and you get to see Whitby. So this is On the Moors, which is gorgeous. So I saw this, and then I picked up this, because how good would these two look together? And then holding these two, it's like, oh wait, that goes with it too, because it goes with that. So I'm stood there and I'm holding this yarn like that. It's like, this is going to be gorgeous as something. I don't know what, but something. And then this one I came back to, because you've got the purples and you've got the greeny blues. So it could go like this. But then I looked. So let's talk about this one first. This one is marshmallows on top, and it's the same makeup. So all of these are 75-25 superwash merino nylon, okay? And they look gorgeous together. This one wasn't paying attention. This is called medium teal, but this is an 80-20, and it is Blueface Leicester nylon, 100 grams, 365 meters per ball. So this is going to be something else. I don't know what. And when I'm at the Yorkshire Yarn Fest, I'm going to look for some more 80-20 yarn, Blueface Leicester, to go with it. But these are so soft and squishy. And they just look perfect together. These two for definite. Oh wow, I've just moved the label, guys, and look at that. That's a bright spot. But they are gorgeous, and these are all from Bellweather Yarns in Leeds. So what was that? I think each of these, yeah, these ones were £17 each, and I think this one was 15. I can't remember. I just know I spent a fortune that husband doesn't know about. My phone's blowing up, guys. I'm so sorry if all this pings through. My sisters, my family's that big, they all just want to talk to me at the same time, which is fun and games. So there's all my yarn. So that's what I've been up to yarn-wise for the last 5 months. I've made a few pairs of socks and a few other little bits, but I've worn the socks, guys. They're in the wash. I ain't showing you dirty socks. So there's all my yarn. So, a quick little life update. It's been absolutely hectic between Christmas and now. As I said, I passed my driving test in February. I have trained and am now a fully certified teaching assistant. I passed my level 2 course, so I got that done. My eldest is doing their GCSEs. Unfortunately, for them, they have a month worth of exams. So they're going through that at the moment. On top of all their medical, trying to sort out what she wants to do next. They want a full-time job, but they don't want to go to college, which I can't really say too much about. I didn't go to college after I finished school. I went straight into work, have worked ever since. I've recently just done a course, but that was to better myself at work. So I can't really tell her she has to go, not if she's wanting to jump straight into work. She's great. You go to school to go to work. She just wants to cut one part out, which I can understand because they want to work for themselves. But then we've been talking about an apprenticeship in hopefully the field of work in which she wants, or in which they wish to follow. So figure all that lot out over the big summer holidays. At the moment, they just want to concentrate on their exams, which is fantastic. It's a great headspace that she's in at the moment. Well, a better headspace that she's in at the moment. And then she finishes what would be secondary school. And then Jacob is finishing primary school, junior school, and he is moving up into secondary school. So I've got 2 school leavers this year. It's been fun and games. So Jacob has done his SATs. From what I've been told, he's done really well in his SATs, which is fantastic. Didn't have a doubt in him. He's quite a brainy boy. He enjoys doing tests and he loves school. So that's a great thing. My husband had to have about a month and a half off work because he chopped the end of his finger off at work. So yeah, that was fun. Back and forth to the hospital, to the doctors. One of his hospital appointments, I didn't feel confident in myself to drive him because it was Hull, which is a city. I don't do big crowded places. I struggle. It's too much. I don't like the noise of it all. I like my quiet little home and my yarny quiet corners. So he's all sorted. He's back at work. He's been back at work a couple of months now. Had a humongous scare with the dog. I thought, this is it. And then he bounced back, which is great. But it's opened my eyes now to, he isn't going to be here forever. It feels as though he's already been here forever because we've had him as long as we've had children. My eldest turned 17 this year, so yeah, the dog's just a few months younger than my eldest. It's coming up to being the anniversary of my mum, which isn't a very happy time, unfortunately. It's coming up 3rd year. It's scary to think she passed the summer before COVID. She'd have been in her absolute element with COVID, telling everybody what they needed to do. Should have had the news on constantly and letting us all know and getting us all, making sure that we're all vaccinated and we're not having a go at each other and saying, oh, you've got to do this, I've been told, keep us all level-headed and calm. So yeah, not a very happy time for me. But I am remembering the good parts more than the sad parts, which is good. Yeah, quite a down note to be at the end of the video, but sometimes it can't be helped. Oh, yes, no. I'm going to end it on a happy note. I've got one more other thing to... Well, two more things to show, but one... I tried my hand at designing a pattern. And this is what I came up with. It has been out to testers. It's been tested. And it is meant for a child, but my head is tiny, so... It is a cowl, and it's a knit pattern with this gorgeous, I'd say it looks helical, but it's not. It's amazing. The pattern is up on my Ravelry. It's down as Natalie Morgan Designs, which is what I'm going to keep it as. But you can get to it through my Ravelry page, which is Made by Mum 2019. So on the pattern you will see Jacob. Jacob is modelling this quite nicely for me. It is done in a chunky yarn, and it is a cowl, a nice knit cowl, and it is called Round the Twist, which is a TV programme I used to watch as a child, and that's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of like a Helter Skelter, the big helical slides. And yeah, it is knit on a 5mm needle. It's got some stretch to it. It's got quite a bit of stretch to it because of how it's done. But yeah, it's not blocked. I haven't blocked it. If you block it, it could possibly... It kind of loses some of the stitch definition. I do like it like that, where you've got your bits popping out. So there is my Round the Twist cowl. It is a knit pattern, and I absolutely love it. And then I got kind of, not so much bored, but I got twitchy. You know when you feel unsettled and you don't want to work on anything you've got, but you want to work on something? So I thought, I'll just get some yarn and I will just play. Now, this is only a first draft. There are changes to be made, but I designed a shawl, a crochet shawl. Now, I want to change this top bit from granny into something else. I want to do another repeat of maybe the mesh part, make it bigger, but I did what I could with what I had. And I didn't have that much yarn because I doubled up and I put a sparkle through it, but I ran out of sparkle at the end. There is a nice fanned edge. I just want to make it a little bit wider, and then obviously once it's blocked, this is going to really open out, is the lacy part, and I want another repeat of lace, I think. So that is on the hook or was on the hook. I've not blocked it. I should really block it and see the size of it, but it's not quite big enough for what I want, so I'm going to carry on and make it bigger. So that's in the process of getting designed. I should have that done and dusted, hopefully, by the end of next month, if not before, which is wishful thinking at the moment. An awful lot is happening over this next month. Hospital appointments and all the rest of it. So that's in the process. So if you keep an eye out on my Instagram, I will be posting up on there for test knitters soon, hopefully. I am going to try and do a Ravelry group. You know, where you go into your knit alongs. I want to do a group like that for test knitters or crocheters. I have dabbled in both. I do have a few more pattern ideas that I want to make and iron out. Like I say, I want to understand the construction of cardigans, so then I can get my cardigan made. That won't be until the future. I don't know when in the future, but in the future. Haven't really been very active on Insta. I'm looking, I just haven't posted. But I will get on with that straight away. So that's what I've been up to for the last 5 months, guys. I'm hoping to do another video in the next in the next week, hopefully. Well, definitely, because we have the Yorkshire Yarn Fest at the weekend. Can't wait! So I shall be hopefully remembering to take some videos and some photos so I can show you all what I got up to, and then obviously I will show you what I got. I've been doing an awful lot of reading. I've been reading a lot of fantasy. I love my fantasy books, my dragon books. I love my dragon books. And Adrienne Woods, or Adrienne, I'm sorry if I butchered her name. She has wrote some more books that coincide with her Dragonian series. I love those books. I really do. I don't know whether they're aimed at young adult or not, but I would say they are, kind of. I absolutely love them. If there's the way she writes, it just sucks you into the story. You don't want to put the book down at all. And the characters, the way they build, and you grow with them. And I think it's definitely young adult because it's through school ages. They're amazing, guys. I absolutely love them. She brought some more out, so I read them. It didn't take me long either. She is one of my favourite authors, always have been. I've read all of her books so far, even books that she's wrote under a different pen name. Christine Ping. I'll put a link. Oh, what I will do is I will figure out what my what I am on Goodreads, and then I will put that in the description box below as well, so you can see the books I read. What else have I been reading? Oh, I'm rereading a set of books at the moment. I am rereading the Wanted series by Kelly Elliott. Is it Kelly Elliott? Yeah. Yes, it's Kelly Elliott. I've got that many books swimming around up here, guys. I can't remember the names of any because I've been rereading Abby Glines as well. I don't know. I'm on a young adult binge of books at the moment, but I keep looking up at my bookshelf. It's like my J.R. Ward sat there, which is my brother, Black Dagger Brotherhood. I absolutely adore those books. And then I read. Oh, I've got the Larissa Iona books. Again, I love rereading those books. And she's just brought some more out because, yeah, I don't stalk them on Instagram or anything to look at their books. No, I don't do none of that. But then there was one author that I could not, for the life of me, remember the name of. And then I was scrolling through my Instagram and she popped up. It's like, oh, that's her name! Lorelei James. And it's bugged me for 3 weeks trying to remember her name. And I'm going to reread some of her books because she's brought some more out. So, yeah, I've got an awful lot that has happened and hopefully going to happen. I've got a list as long as my arm of books to read. Absolutely love reading. Not really tried the audiobooks. My house is too noisy to do well, it's not at the moment, but on an evening when Jacob's home and my eldest is home and then my husband's home and then the dog, and I just want to come when I get in from work. I just want to sit down and have a cup of tea and just not be disturbed. I like getting lost in a book and I love adventure books. I I've read books with adventures on the high seas, pirates. Marcia Cunham, I think her name is the one that I absolutely adore reading over and over and over again. I do get stuck in a rut of reading the same author and the same books. I reread all my books that I've got of dragons, and I must have 30 different books. A lot of them are series. One of my favourite series and books is Paulette Miller. She did... you know when you can't remember the name of the books, but you can remember the authors? I can remember all the characters. I can remember the dragons, the shifters. There's the Inari people. Oh my goodness, The Unquiet Slumber is the first book. And I can't remember the name of the series. Paulette Miller, Unquiet Slumber. There's your first book, guys. Like I say, it's all in my Goodreads. I will try and find all my details and pop it in the description box below. Right, I think you're going to have had enough of me by now, guys. I've been sat here an hour and a half nearly talking. It's getting to the point where I do need to start getting ready for work very soon. So, yeah, hopefully this video isn't going to bore you too much. The next video won't be as long, I do promise. No, that's a bad promise to make. I don't know how much I'm going to get done. There will be another video, and it won't be 5 months away. For definite. That one I can promise. I will possibly post a video Sunday as well. But that will only be a quick snippet into my day of Saturday, because that's when I'm at the Yorkshire Yarn Fest. Yeah, that's about it. So I hope everybody is having a nice spring so far, and I shall see you all again, hopefully in a week's time, if not 2. I'll see you all again soon, guys. Bye.